How's it going, guys? What's up? I'm back with an update video for this Ground Slam Scion right here. So let's go through the gear because we changed some stuff. But basically the full build guide is on the previous video. Here we're just gonna go through the gear. The weapon stayed the same. We're gonna go through the links. Fizz to lightning, increased critical strikes, melee fizz, multi-strike, ground slam, elemental damage with attacks, and socketed, supported with fortify. So we got this pseudo 7 link. Helmet stayed the same with that physical damage taken as fire that mitigates physical through your resistances, with the cast when damage taken, enfeeble, immortal call, and increased duration. The amulet is new. The amulet, I got myself a sick crit multi-amulet with a whole bunch of lightning damage, whole bunch of life resistances, and I used Whispers of Doom. Whispers of Doom allows me to get an additional curse right here. And instead of just having, you know, okay, so we got the enfeeble, and we got the Shaper's Coral Ring with a whole bunch of life. Assassin's Mark, I multi-modded it with some flat fizz, attack speed, and elemental damage with attacks. That's an incredible ring right here. Over here, just life resist. I believe it's the same ring that I had in the previous video. Just a whole bunch of resists, life, intelligence that we needed for the crit gem, and some elemental damage with attacks, some chaos res there. The belt is just life, resist, elemental damage with attacks. I tried to craft with fossils. That's the best I managed to get. The Abyssal Jewel inside, some life, some lightning damage, and attack speed if you've crit recently, which is all the time, so it's 6% increased attack speed. I didn't get the boot enchant, but I did get cold damage if you've been hit recently, which happens all the time, so it's a big chunk of added cold whenever we're getting hit, with a bunch of life resists. And the gloves, I did end up multi-modding hybrid, you know, temple gloves with the hybrid lightning damage and physical converted, because we have 90% conversion, right, from physical to lightning 50, and then 40 and 40, and then we need further 10%, so I got it from these gloves. So we got 60% lightning and 40% cold, which you can see right here on the tooltip, and then from physical as extra fire from the auras, we're getting additional fire damage, right, from the Herald of Ash. And I also multi-modded these gloves. I managed to get some flat fizz on them, life, attack speed, a little bit of accuracy. I felt like I needed. We now have 96% chance to hit, so I decided to go with a little bit of accuracy there. Ended up serving us quite well. And that is basically it. Flasks remain the same flasks that we had in the previous video. Pantheon, I picked up all the Soul of Neris upgrades and the poison immunity Soul Shakari, so I don't have a curing flask, I'm just immune to being poisoned, which very much help. Like, you don't get poisoned and die to that a lot, but when it does happen it feels kind of annoying, and I don't really think there's any good other minor god, so I always take that on my characters. And that is basically it. When it comes to the tree, this is kind of like final form tree. All we have left to do is grab more life nodes. We got at the moment 6.4k, and we're level 90. So if I were to play this character a bit more, around level 93, we would have these 3 nodes over here, probably around 300, 400 more life, and a couple more life nodes over here. But in terms of damage, we got everything we want. Could alternatively get the two-handed damage and attack speed over here. This is a good cluster. Wrecking Ball, really good. Lots of attack speed, lots of damage, and that's basically it. This 1 point for life and mana, conversion, all the crit, herbalism, all the elemental damage with attacks, thick skin, the blind crit against blinded enemies and chance to blind, nice defensive layer, all the fortify, rampart, all the crit here, all the crit here, and I did end up changing it up a little bit, all the way to retribution, discipline, training, and the elemental damage over here. The elemental damage with attacks, I did choose Path of the Ranger, and so I had to get rid of all these resistance nodes and this jewel socket. So instead I went through the Templar. That's a lot of life, and I felt like the trees is just simply you know, better, more efficient, lots of life through here, and also lots of melee crit chance, damage penetration, elemental damage attacks, all the elemental damage here, lots of elemental damage, and attack speed, some damage, a little bit of intelligence, but mostly just to get this huge chunk of life. I decided to go through here. I don't even remember what was my idea to do with these points before, but I do know that we did cut off over here. I managed to balance my resistances, almost even Wise Oak balanced, kinda. But yeah, this is it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm not going to be playing this character too much because, well, the simple fact is that I already played a whole lot of Ground Slam, and it's a lot of fun. This character is really smooth. Like my played at level 90 is 17 hours. I was AFK quite a bit, and then also my deaths, I think maybe 3 or 4 or 5, 4 times. Like I barely died on this character. It's very strong. It's excellent. But you know, I only did it because I got this, you know, axe, and I kind of like it. Really do enjoy leveling up a Ground Slam character. It's been fun, but I'm not going to be really pushing anything else with this character. So I'm already working on a new character, and yeah, this is it for this character. So when it comes to kind of like comparing, last league we did the Ground Slam Slayer, full physical, and this is a Ground Slam Scion, physical and converted to elemental. I think I had better gear last league, and I also have an insane Watcher's Eyes, and just generally better jewels with a lot of attack speed and a lot of crit multi. So I think my Slayer character was better than this, but just because of these two little things. So if you're like in a trade league and you're wondering what to do, it really doesn't matter. I think Slayer would still maybe be better against bosses if you're gonna do Uber Elders and Shapers, because, you know, Slayer is just incredible against bosses with the more damage and with the Calling Strike. It's just amazing. You know, it's kind of hard to come close to that when it comes to like literally just single target. But when it comes to comparison in terms of like mapping, survivability, these are very, very similar characters. It's hard to tell them apart, except one is freezing, chilling, crushing everything, shocking, and the other one is pure fizz, and just a lot of damage against bosses because of Slayer Ascendancy. This one also does great damage. Like both these characters are really, like, Ground Slam is insane. It's hard to tell which one is better, but I think you know, Mentalist, Raider, I think it's really hard to tell. Like they're both very, very strong. Ground Slam is very strong. It really is up to you, but I tried, you know, mixing it up, changing it up a little bit, and it was fun to level. You know, took me a couple of days to get here, and here we are. So there it is. This is the character. The gear is pretty insane for solo self-found, and I'm already working on a new character. So as mentioned, see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.